Sportsman. Hey, we're going to have a fun evening this evening. I'm down here in the Dexter area at Mill Creek Sports Center. Usually we have boats and things in here. We do have the minnow tank going over there, but we have a great audience of sportsmen from Dexter. We're going to run some questions by you. We have questions of law. We have some grouse hunting, things about dogs. It's going to be a good show. So you folks hang tight here. You folks stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost. You're watching The Practical Sportsman.
Must be a woodcock?
I don't know. It could be a woodcock or it could be a partridge. We're in a real good area for either one of them. It's going to fan out here.
Water, I thought maybe.
Whoa, Ben. Nothing there.
Something was there, huh?
Something was there this morning.
Well,
He's still working on them. Whoa, Ben. Whoa. Watch that side there.
over here?
Yeah, whoa, Ben. Whoa. That bird could be up a ways if it's a pat. Whoa, Ben. Easy. Easy, Ben. Whoa. Easy. Easy, Ben. Whoa. Got it.
Well, I know that you folks probably didn't see that woodcock the first time, so we'll back it up and run it again in slow motion. Look inside the circle. You'll see a small bird taking off from left to right. They're much easier to see in the woods than on a TV screen. Now, woodcock are small migratory birds that are found in the same general type of cover that you'll find ruffed grouse, except the woodcock eat worms, so they're often found near standing water. Now, Pat Moriarty from Petoskey is at home in the water, too.
Pretty deep, Patrick.
Temperature's right.
Well, Pat isn't wearing waders. Those are chaps, so he's a little wet. Now, his English setter's name is Ben, and it's Ben's job to sniff out those woodcock and grouse.
Finding birds, Fred, depends a lot on several things. And one is the habitat here. As you can see here, we have a dense portion of evergreens, but there's also an edge line here, which is clear cut. Now these popple clear cut here is between 5 and 10 years old, which is ideal for woodcock and partridge. The other thing we need to look for is a water source. Of course, you know,
we got the beaver
you know we've been through the water source bit. The other thing is food. Now if you walk along this edge here, you can see there's wintergreen leaves.
Berry right there.
There's a berry there. You know, it's here's a good example right here. Here's some feed for the partridge. They got them 2 red berries, and you can eat them yourself. They're very tasty, and the partridge love them.
So you look for this on the ground.
Well,
the edge between, say, clear cut and pine, because the grouse like to hang around in the pine.
Well, they got to have cover, and that protects them from your predatory birds.
So we're going to find woodcock up in the aspen.
And we could also find partridge up in the aspen because they will move out to feed in the morning, in the evenings. Now, the other thing you want to look for is how dark the soil is. Now,
What does that have to do with anything?
well,
Worms?
there's a lot of area up here where there's clear cuttings and it's a really sandy, acidy type soil. Well, worms don't go into that kind of a soil, and so if you have a real dark soil, if you kick some of this away,
Well, that's sandy, isn't it?
it's sandy, but look how dark it is.
Oh,
and
okay.
worms will live in that.
Okay, as long as it's dark sand.
Right. And basically, if you can find them 3 types of
Okay, you're talking what? The 3 things are the edge between...
They have to have edge, some kind of an edge. Your evergreens and your clear-cut aspen, they got to have food and water.
Okay, and for the woodcock, soil.
Well, that goes into food.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
We've got it here.
We've got it all here. I think if we go in there, we'll probably find some birds.
Now, we're looking for grouse, ruffed grouse. In the north, they call them partridge or pats for short. Both grouse and woodcock fly quickly, and the trees make shooting a real challenge.
Get that one?
What do you think?
I mean, camera-wise.
Oh, John? Yeah, what you did. He did 2 shots, I did 1. Mine was in the middle.
I think you hit him. I shot first.
You know, instant replay sometimes is great in the hunting world.
So we'll take another look, but on TV, that bird is hard to see.
So, could you see it? Could you see the bird? No, you couldn't see the bird. And, you know, when we were there hunting, we really couldn't either. We just knew that Pat shot first, then I shot, then he shot again. So this happens, you hunters know, this happens when you're small game hunting fairly frequently, right? Who gets the bird?
I don't know. It's pretty shot up at that time. We got 3 shots into it.
Oh, well, thank you. So, you know, 3 shots? I don't think so.
Well, there's 3 shots, wasn't there?
Yeah, the third one could have been while it was on its way down.
It could have been. Did the dog find it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to show it to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, we got the bird. There's no question there. But the question between Pat and I, who gets it? How do you decide?
The guy that owns the dog. The guy that owns the dog.
Okay. Well, that's a good idea. The guy that owns the dog. Pat and I are both about the same age, so that wouldn't cut any slack. What do you think? Should just say it was a kid and an older hunter. Who gets the bird?
Well, I would believe if it was a kid and an older hunter, then I would give it to the kid.
Okay, that's a good idea. We all agree with that. What if you're deer hunting?
I'd give it to the kid.
And it's a great big buck.
I'd still give it to the kid.
You might. Oh, we got some people calling you a liar here on that one. Well, anyway, the point is that it may not make all that much difference. Let's go back now and look at the videotape and see if we can tell by putting it in slow motion.
We'll slow these shots down. You might want to get a little closer to the TV screen to see the bird falling as Pat makes his second shot. Well, I am a little biased, but on the big screen TV, it looks to me like the bird was on its way down during Pat's second shot. What do you think?
Get that one?
What do you think?
Well, I know what I think, but keep in mind that shooting game isn't the total focus of hunting, but it is the exciting part.
Well, 7.5 or 8.
Like it's 7.5 to me.
In the field, the instant replay was inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
Apparently, the bird was blocked. So we'll have to go to the autopsy.
Go to the autopsy. Okay, we can do that.
You call it.
I'll let you, if I go downhill, I'll let you have the left.
Okay.
Whoa, Ben. There he's down. You get that one?
Well, the old question, did you get that one? You know, we have come up with a standard of conduct is if a kid is involved, like you. If the bird went down, it's going to go to you. You know that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of giving you a little bit of encouragement there.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay, we're going to do that for kids. Come up with a rule of thumb on that. You saw the show last week?
Yes, I did.
You saw me break a lot of stuff.
Yes, I did.
Okay, during the fishing trip. $5. Did I break anything on this hunting trip?
More than likely, yeah. We always do when you're hunting or fishing. Something always goes wrong.
You know what? That's why you're not going to get this $5. No, I didn't break anything. And to do this part of the show, we have to go back to last week. Tell you what, I'm going to do right here. This is enough of this. This is Can't live with this, Matt. Can't live with this, John. This is a mess, having these rods here, and we have no rod racks in the boat. I'm going to make an offer for you practical sportsmen out there, those you handymen, you sportsmen who have fixed up your own boats. I like to put a couple rod racks on this side, along this side of these little compartments, and on this side, to put fishing rods, so they don't do this. And practical sportsmen will pay 25 bucks each for the best 2 ideas. So come up with your ideas for rod racks in a boat. Oh, I wish you could see this, John. We got a mess here at this end. That's what happens when you don't have rod racks and the right equipment. But we're trying to get this boat outfitted. So send in your plans. 25 bucks each for the best 2 ideas. Now, we probably only have about 2 hours to get back. Look at these waves. Look at this, Johnny. Whoa! Okay, all you people who never break anything, anybody have ideas for rod racks? We got one? Good, write them up, send them in. We're going to pay 25 bucks for each one. This lady next to you here, I know she already said she wants to earn 5 bucks. Stand up here, real quick. I got to find out. Do you know the waters in the state, the body of water that produces the most trophy walleye, or did in 1994?
Higgins Lake.
Wrong. I'll give you one more crack at it. What type of bait lure combination got the most trophy walleye last year?
Minnow. Oh, a lure?
No, I said lure combination. Stick with it. You're close enough. Take the 5 bucks and run. The answer here is in the trophy book.
Here's a walleye that weighed 11 pounds 3 ounces, 31.5 inches long. Ron Hill from Burton caught it at 11 a.m. on a jig and twister tail. He probably had a minnow on that jig. Most trophy walleye fishermen do. The chart of trophy data for 1994 showed that jigs with minnows took 22 trophies. But where was Ron's walleye caught? Well, the chart in the trophy book shows Saginaw Bay was the top water for trophy walleye in 94. That's where Ron's came from. Saginaw River was second. The map shows the concentration of trophy walleye around Saginaw Bay, but we know the Detroit River produces tons of big walleye in the spring, but only 6 were reported to us last year. Well, Kevin Payne from Westland caught one of them, a 30-inch 10-pounder on April 14th. We got his entry form, and that's how Kevin Payne got his picture in the trophy book.
Got a guy here who said he's not just a run-of-the-mill consumer of food,
Connoisseur.
a connoisseur. Mr. Connoisseur, what does that look like to you?
Looks marvelous.
Oh, come on.
Looks marvelous.
Come on, it looks marvelous?
Yes.
Well, good. You try
Can I
this.
taste it?
In fact, Charlie Keenan is going to pass out some of this to everybody to get a taste of it here. And Charlie, why don't you tell us what's in this?
Fred, this one's a good one because it's very easy to prepare. First of all, you have to grease the pan, put the fish in the pan, put some butter on top of it, then use your salt and pepper. Then we're going to put a little paprika over the top of it, along with some parsley. Now, this is quite a versatile dish. You can use either walleye or salmon or catfish if you have it. After you get the parsley on top of this, you put it in the oven and you bake it for a half an hour at 350. While that's baking, get out the rest of the ingredients, the mushrooms and the sour cream, mix them together with the mushroom soup, get that topping ready to go, spoon it over the top, and then you're going to bake it for another half hour. This is easy bake fish. That's how it gets its name.
Huh?
Fabulous.
Fabulous?
Proof's in the pudding.
Proof? You got no proof. The evidence is gone. How do we know you didn't put it down your shoe or something?
Fabulous.
Oh, I know.
Good.
There we go. Had some in your beer. You did think, what was good about it? Mushroom soup
Real
and-
light.
Mushroom soup and walleye?
Yes. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's
It was
fine.
great.
Hey, I'm glad you liked it. What about you?
Well, I'm not much of a fish fan, but I thought it was, well, it's pretty good, put it that way.
Pretty good. Another
I thought it was real good.
Very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, and yours?
It was excellent.
Oh, excellent.
Excellent.
We have an excellent. Hey, well, I'll tell you what. We have a little bit more in the dish that we'll pass out here while we take a listen to this guy in his trophy tale. Steve Elliott from Walled Lake. You were hunting Oakland County the last day of shotgun season at 5 p.m.
Yes, I was.
You sure were. And which one of these colossal bucks did you get?
This is the one from Oakland County. This is the one with the shotgun. I brought both of them. Both of them qualified. I was blessed with the fact that you changed the rules to 8-inch tine or longer, and I got one on the first hour of the season and the last hour of the season.
No kidding.
And I'm probably the most practical sportsman you'll ever meet. I killed 3 birds with 1 stone. I brought my wife here for our 19th wedding anniversary tonight, too. So
Holy cow.
I'm scoring points big time.
Well, with these bucks, the first hour of the season, the last hour of the season, he brought his wife for the anniversary. Did we get any hint of what you did the first hour of this day and what you're going to do the last?
I bet you have a good idea what I'm going to do the last hour of the season.
Okay, Steve Elliott, congratulations. Thank you. Boy, I don't know. Isn't this live audience stuff fun?
It's great.
It's great. And are you bringing the wife here? The wife. How do you like
brought
that?
the man here.
The husband?
Yeah, the husband.
Very
Yeah,
good.
Yep.
What's your name?
Linda.
Linda?
Ivy.
Ivy?
Yeah.
Ivan.
Ivan. Okay. Ivan the Terrible?
The Great.
Yeah.
Ivan the Great. Okay, Ivan the Great. We have coming up, you're a bow hunter?
Yep.
Okay, we have coming up here a question of law, Sportsman and the Law, that I want you to take a look at. Because white-tailed deer and wild turkeys often feed in the same area, a lot of bow hunters use both kinds of decoys at the same time. Now, turkeys are skittish. Deer know that. A deer is more relaxed if a wild turkey is in the area. Likewise, if a deer is alarmed and runs off, the turkeys usually run off too, taking the cue from the deer. Now, that's the purpose of decoys, to give the game confidence. So how can you tell what this hunter is hunting for if he uses both decoys? You know, after sitting in a tree for a couple hours, a bow hunter who may have a license only for a buck often draws back on a doe. Now, he doesn't intend to shoot it. He's just practicing his draw, trying to control his buck fever. Now, if a conservation officer sees a hunter draw back on a doe and the hunter has already used his doe tag, can the conservation officer conclude that the hunter was going to shoot the doe illegally? It's amazingly how quickly court can get convened. Here I am, the judge. I have the attorneys for the plaintiff and the defendant. You say the guy in the tree who draws back on the doe doesn't have a tag, shouldn't do it?
I don't see a reason to do it.
I mean, that's...
If
You give him a ticket just because I don't see a reason?
Well, he's already filled his doe tag. I see no reason to draw back on a doe. Anything can happen. If he's using a trigger release like I do, I've seen it happen 100 times. You're drawing back, you set your finger on there, and it releases. When you're out, a deer's in front of you, you're in a different state of mind. You're concentrating on shooting that deer.
Listen to this. We have a budding attorney here. Well, Mr. Defense Attorney, you're saying that it's okay that the guy shouldn't get a ticket for doing that.
Well, I don't think you should. You know, people do it with their guns all the time. You know, they look through the sights and their scope whatsoever. But you get up there in your tree stand, you get antsy, and you just pull back and you aim, and I'm sure everybody does that. I've done that, but I don't think you should get the ticket until you release it.
Okay. There we have our inquiry here. Now we're going to go to our attorney, Sal Ghani, and get his interpretation on this scenario. Here's the situation. The hunter is up in the tree. He doesn't want to hunt illegally, but he wants to get turkeys in there to see if he can draw his bow back on a turkey. But he's not going to shoot. He just wants to see if he can do it, so he puts corn out there.
And the question would be?
Can he do that? Can he say, hold it, I know I have all the ingredients here, but I was just seeing if I could draw back, that's all.
Well, I'd have to pose a question. Does he have an arrow with him?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. If he doesn't have an arrow with him, of course, he can demonstrate his intent was not to hunt. It'd be impossible to hunt without the arrow. But if he had the arrow sitting next to him and told the conservation officer, I'm just practicing, not hunting, of course, the facts would speak louder than their words. A person that's going to practice just to pull back would not really need an arrow with him. So there, I guess, the facts, again, would speak louder than his intent, and the conservation officer would be proper in giving him a ticket.
If he filled his turkey tag already, no. Then if he filled his turkey tag, he shouldn't be drawing back on a turkey.
But what harm is it?
No, he's done for turkeys. What does he need to pull back on a turkey for? He's filled his permit. He's As a hunter, he has done his he's filled his tag. He's done hunting for that species.
And you seem pretty adamant on that.
Yeah.
You'd write him a ticket if you were a CO.
Yeah, I
What
would.
about here? Oh, we got a head.
Definitely not. Why didn't he shoot the turkey? Where was the game warden at the time? Was the game warden right next to him? The turkey wouldn't have came out.
He's done turkey. If he's done turkey hunting, he shouldn't be on the field hunting for that turkey no more.
You ever watch Geraldo's show?
Yep.
We got to go for a break now. This illustrates the controversy around these questions of law, and they're not easy to solve. This past weekend, we had I'll ask you this one. We had this ferret renaissance. We had people coming with ferrets to the museum. They've been illegal for 67 years. So what do you think? Should they have legalized ferrets?
Yeah, if they're domesticated, and a lot of other states prove that they can be a good pet, why not?
Well, tens of thousands of Michigan ferret owners agree. Why not promote them as pets? On Saturday at the museum in Bath, ferret owners, breeders, veterinarians, and vendors of ferret food, ferret cages, ferret leashes, and ferret toys congregated in what turned out to be a huge event in the ferret world. Mickey Wingate, president of the Great Lakes Ferret Association, called it Ferret Renaissance 95. And the center of attraction was Michigan's first major ferret show. The man sitting down is with the National Ferret Association. He drove all the way from Virginia to be one of the 3 official judges in this sanctioned event. The winners walked away with some magnificent trophies. Lots of ribbons were given out, but the best part of the event was the ferret owners getting to know each other. The event was a lot of fun. Ferrets got to make some new friends, too, and the Practical Sportsman received a special gift from the Great Lakes Ferret Association.
Oh, look at this. You're looking at Mork and Mindy. That's a Practical Sportsman ferrets. The Great Lakes Ferret Association gave them to us. These little critters came from a rescue shelter in Pennsylvania. They're domestic ferrets. We're gonna take them to all of our tapings when we go out to live audiences. But this is Mork. That's the guy, Mindy. Named them that because they're comedians, and they are funny. What do you think, Matt?
They're great.
They are. Ma'am, do they scare you? Do they?
No, they're really cute.
Have you held a ferret before?
Yeah, I went up to the ferret
you were there?
festival on Saturday. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're sold. Have you bought one yet?
Well,
On that note, why don't we run here to our underwriting credit, and then we'll come back and talk about this. Because they're fun. That's the idea. There's really nothing more than that, and people really get attached to these. That's part of the outdoors. We're going to be roaming around the countryside. John, can we take the ferrets when we go deer hunting?
You bet.
well, he's going to stay. Let's see.
Oh, he's going to stay.
Look.
We have a bit of a problem. We're going to have to solve this. We have to end this show now. You folks get outdoors. It's a great place to be, and I'm going to see if I can't get our ferrets back. Did you like this show, folks? Was this fun?